Good morning everyone, welcome to another vlog here on the World of Coasters. Today we are here for the second theme park of the 2021 season. Our first visit this year to Alton Towers Resort. Here with Lewis and Lucy and Louise. We've come from Portland's Park yesterday, which was last week's vlog, and we're just here to enjoy the day. We last came here we came with you, didn't we? We came
End of September.
End of September. We were meant to come here in October for Scarefest, but sadly myself and Louise couldn't make it, so we had to cancel it, didn't we? So we haven't been here for probably about 6 months, 8 months.
Still haven't been for Scarefest.
No, we haven't. We will do it this year, I swear. Anyway, we're heading down towards Wickerman, that sort of way. I don't know whether we're going to go on it yet because of the queue. We're going to have a look around what's new for this year. It's a Saturday today, so it's going to be very busy. Nice to see they've got the street performers out, the Alton Towers Fun Police, and a stage back there. We'll have to have a close look at that later. The beautiful towers, it is nice to be back. But you can see from the crowd levels that it's particularly busy today. So it's the 2021 season. There's still COVID-19 regulations in force here. Obviously you've got to have your reservation to get into the park. It is the same system as last year really, other than the fact you can only book 3 reservations per park at one time, which is a little bit annoying, but it kind of stops people going crazy. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a busy one today, doesn't it?
It doesn't look busy like this, but at the end...
They've already filled the first car park up behind the Extraordinary Golf. Sadly, the Monorail wasn't running this morning,
that was 9:30.
Yeah, that was 9:30. It's 10 o'clock now, so we were quite late getting here. Wanted to get here early to get the queue for Wicker Man before it got too busy. However, we're going to have a look. Finding out we're going to go around towards Nemesis, that sort of direction. So we've made our way over towards the Wicker Man, which at the moment isn't operating. So far, Monorail's closed and Wicker Man is closed at the moment. Yeah, hopefully they get it open, but that's a bit of a bum because I really wanted to get on this to start the season. Options from here, either we head round to Nemesis or we go up towards Exeter. Okay, let's go over towards Oblivion and Exeter. It is an absolute beautiful day and the towers are shining bright for us. Like, the weather looks like it's going to be nicer than yesterday. By no means was the weather bad at Paultons, it was just a little bit cold. It's already quite a nice temperature. Today I am sporting my new Portland's Park merch actually. They had a Storm Chaser t-shirt, I don't know whether you can see that. That was only £14, so I had to nab that up. Anyway, we were going to have a look over in Forbidden Forest. God, Dark Forest. I'm getting all these mixed up. Over in Dark Forest, 13's closed at the moment and Rita's got a 20-minute queue. So we're going to head over towards Oblivion and Smiler and go from there. Probably Smiler has a 10-hour queue. Mainly because every time I look at the app, yes, I look at the app when I'm not in the park, the queue is always at capacity, which is really annoying. Obviously Alton Towers are running the policy where if the queue reaches the end of the queue, they won't let you queue outside, so they tell you to move along to keep the social distancing and all that. Last year Smiler was really hot on their social distancing, so if they have the same operator on Smiler, it's a woman, I don't know her name, but she is absolutely hot on it. Like, if she sees, she'll be like, "You in the red shirt!
You disgust me."
On dot number 428. So yeah, we'll start our day off with Smiler, then go on to Oblivion maybe. We'll have a look. I'm not holding out hope though because it is really busy. We might get there and the queue might be closed. There we go, look, they're running them in sync. Oh my god, they look so good when they run these in sync. I do love the Smiler. The Smiler is one of those coasters, in my opinion, which a lot of people in this country really don't give it enough credit. It is a world-class coaster. If you go anywhere else in the world, people will say, "What's the Smiler like? What's the Smiler like?" It is world-class, this roller coaster. Some people don't like it, but it is a good coaster. You can't not give it that. 14 inversions and the most amount of track in square metre area. Looks like the queue is to the entrance, so we might not get on this one. Generally speaking, the queue for this is about an hour when it's like this, all socially distanced. But we might have to go over to Oblivion first because, like I said, they're not letting people queue out the entrance. So looks like we're going to get turned away here. As expected, Smiler is at capacity at the moment. They're telling you you can't wait outside, so you have to kind of go. Yeah, you have to go straight past it. We're going to be going on Oblivion, which will be quite a long queue, but I really wanted to get onto this to begin the day. Bit of a shame not. So Wicker Man was first choice, this was second choice. We'll have to go for Oblivion. Secret Weapon 4, can't go wrong with this. Apparently on a 0-minute queue and I can't see it queuing at the top, so this should be a walk-on. After which we'll probably have a look at this part of the retro squad. We got the Mixtape back here, which is one of the flat rides they've installed this year, part of the retro squad. Apparently these are getting really busy. This is on the old site of Submission. The only one I'm really looking forward to going on is the Funk and Fly over in Forbidden Valley. Like, I really want to go on that one. So we're in the queue for Oblivion now. You do need your masks on the rides in this park. However, you don't need them in the queues and out in the public areas. Like I was saying about the retro squad over here, this is Mixtape. I'm really excited to get on a couple of these. Like, I've been on a similar one to that style of ride. The one over in Dark Forest, obviously been on that one too in other places. However, the Funk and Fly, which is a Super Trooper I've not been on and I would like to give it a go, that seems to be the most popular. But that's over in Forbidden Valley and we'll have a look at that later on. So it smells very much of paint around here, so it looks like they've painted it up a bit. Hopefully we'll be walking straight onto this. So just through the trees you can see the not quite vertical drop, even though it was the world's first dive coaster. A lot of people give Oblivion a bit of stick for not having an actual vertical drop, but this was because when they opened Oblivion, they couldn't have a direct vertical drop. It put too much stress on parts of the train. Nowadays they can. So it's just one of those things. It's got like an 89-degree drop rather than a 90-degree.
Please remain.
Good to see the same old social distancing markers as we had last season. As to whether they're being paid attention to, I don't know, but we'll find out today and we'll let you know. Running a full, I imagine, 4 or 5 trains on this today. So we got iMagic this year, which is the new photo service for Alton Towers. So Pixel went bust, so there was a company last season. They did a lot of parks around the world, so they've got this iMagic now, which it works on facial recognition. And they're trialling it here at Alton Towers and Fort Park. I don't know whether we're downloading the app to give that a go today. Failing that, we'll give it a go at Fort Park when we go next week.
For something, there is no rational explanation. There is no way out. There is no happy ending to this story. Welcome to the unknown. Welcome to Oblivion.
We've just come off Oblivion, a great B&M ride. Like,
Only like a 2-minute wait as well.
Yeah, it was walk on and now the queue is going right round. It's got about a 20-minute queue now. It's a one-trick pony, but it does its trick extremely well. Like, it's the first vertical drop coaster, and that's all it does. Anyway, the queue for Smiler is still closed at the moment. I think we're going to linger around and see whether we can get on that when it reopens, because it's going to be like that all day. Same with the Wicker Man. But that's still broken down at the moment, so we're going to go over to Smiler when they reopen it and hopefully get in the queue as they reopen it. So we're not going to get on Smiler quite yet because the amount of people in the area means it's very difficult for them to open the queue, so they're going to try and clear as much of the queue as possible before reopening it.
To wait.
Yeah, they're kind of like stopping people loitering around the area, so we got moved on quite quickly. So we're going to head up towards Dark Forest and hopefully get on 13 if it's reopened. And Rita, God, I'm forgetting all the names.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not on it today. I'm rusty. I haven't vlogged in a long time. So in the shadow of the majestic Alton Towers.
Towers.
Yes, the Towers. They're such a symbol, like, in the theme park community, you see them and you just know where you are immediately. So we're heading to the Dark Forest via the little shortcut that not many people know about. This actually takes us round the back towards another one of the retro squad rides. It's the Waltzer Ride, which is around the back here. I can't think of the name of it. I'm really not on the ball today.
Just turn off at this point.
Yeah, just turn off. Unsubscribe. No, please subscribe. We're nearly at 1,000 subs now. We've just reactivated our mugs, our freestyle mugs. I got mine last season. Lewis got a 2021 one. Are they different? No, they're
slightly different.
Mine is a 40th anniversary one.
12 quid with discount.
They have put the price up, 15 quid if you aren't an annual pass holder, but you just get a plain one now rather than the 40th anniversary one. So, you know, stick this on eBay for 100 quid one day.
I've got the original 4-part one still.
Yeah, I've still got that. They ain't got them anymore. So yeah, we're going to head round, have a look at this other retro squad ride and go on 13 because it's now open and advertised in the 0-minute queue. It is really quiet at this end of the park as well, so hopefully it won't be a long wait. So they've got the signage for roller discos. I love the Retro Squad logo they got for this. Hopefully they have some merch and pins, but the queue is all the way from here and the ride is over here, so it's situated just behind Rita's launch section, and they're playing 80s music rather than the themed area music, which can break the theme, but it's quiet enough that you can't really hear it from far away. I'll film as much as I can, but there is copyright music on this, so I might have to cut it down a bit. So just to put it into perspective, here's the hydraulic launch station for Rita and the turnaround point, and the entrance for 13. So we're going to get straight in the queue for 13 now, and hopefully won't have a long queue, maybe 10 minutes if we're lucky. Right, so we're in the queue for 13. We're going to see if the queue is actually 55 minutes long, because the app only says it's 0 minutes, so they probably haven't updated it, but it was broken down, so hopefully no more than a 20-minute queue.
10:56, time check.
Let's have a look. So we waited a grand total of 80 minutes there. Their queue times may be a little bit off, but to be honest, that was a really good ride. And it's running quite nice and fast at the moment.
I've not been on that ride in nearly 10 years, so you know.
You forgot about the backward section.
Yeah, I knew it dropped, but I forgot about the backwards going in the dark. But I sat down, and the guy's like, "Nah, I got nowhere, mate." And I was like, "What? I've queued for 80 minutes. You're going to at least try and push me in." To which he did.
Yeah, they did.
And, I did get in.
So yeah. Well, at least you got on that one. I think we'll give Rita a miss for now. We're going to head over towards the world of David Walliams, have a look at what we can see there, and then catch the Skyride back down to the front of the park. Maybe do Congo River Rapids, Wickerman if it's not too long. But at the moment, a lot of the queues are at capacity, or over 80 minutes. I think the Wickerman's advertising 80 minutes. Smiler, the queue is still at capacity, so I don't know if we're going to get that done today. We are here tomorrow, so might have to get here extra early for that, but we'll see how the day goes. So it's good to see the Skyride is open and operating, so we'll go on that in a minute. We're just going to have a look over at the new area coming in 2021, the David Walliams world, which is over by the dungeons. This opens in May of this year, assuming that the coronavirus doesn't want to screw it up a little bit. Also got some marquees, because obviously can't eat in any of the restaurants at the moment, so they've got some nice seating areas outside. The dungeons is sadly closed as well. We do like to get on this once every now and then, probably do it when we come back in May. But they've updated all the signage for the Gangster Granny ride, and you can see the carousel in the back there. So let's have a look, see whether we can see anything. So from here you can see there is actually another temporary ride. It's just a sizzler. Or a twister, depending on what you'd call them. It's not part of the Retro Squad, but it is another ride that will be opening with this area. You've got the carousel over here, and it looks like they're doing some final touch-up work to the old theatre entrance. I don't know whether anything's going to be in here, or whether it'll be a shop, but you do have the signage for Gangster Granny the ride, and the ride is actually in this building over here, which is surprisingly small, so it'll be interesting to see what that ride's like. Hopefully we'll be able to ride that next month. I'm surprised that they haven't actually decided to open this area up for just general public, because fair enough not having the dark ride open, but there's no point, in my opinion, having the flats closed, because it's really busy. You could have a few hundred people on the rides in there just to disperse people more. So it's a bit confusing as to why they haven't opened it. Maybe they want to do a big reveal for it.
Probably want to do a media.
Yeah, but like I say, you just build the hype up a bit more if it was open. This ride's coming soon, but this area is open. But by the looks of it, they haven't actually finished all their work, because they've got cherry pickers up. Anyway, we're going to head over to the Skyride now and go back down towards the front of the park. Quickest queue of the day, only 5 minutes and we're going to be straight on the Skyride. So, only after about a 5-minute wait, we're on the Skyride now. Rocking a gondola to ourselves. One of the benefits of the coronavirus, no doubt, is the fact that you go and ride vehicles on your own. So like Congo River Rapids, Skyride is just your party. Whereas before they would have easily crammed another 4 people in here.
Yeah.
So every cloud. Anyway, we haven't decided whether we're going straight over to Forbidden Valley. We're going to have a look at the queue times for Nemesis and Galactica.
60 minutes Nemesis.
So we're going over the gardens at the moment, which they have the renovated pagoda, and we're now doing a stop which really upsets Louise. The drop down here is about 200 foot, just so everyone in the carriage is aware, you know, just in case. And yeah, they've never fallen off yet. So we're going to head round towards the Wicker Man, maybe do Congo River Rapids, and go from there. So here comes the moment of truth as to whether we're going to be going on Wicker Man. Let's have a look at this queue. It's in the extension. I'd say it normally has about an hour queue in this extension with the social distancing.
No one else here.
Yeah, the social distancing is pretty lax, as you can probably see. There's old Big Bob. Are his flaming shoulders working? One of them is. Gas bill's a bit too high this year, so we'll have one working. So we're back outside of the Skyride now, down by the entrance, and the outdoor seating area is filled up very nicely.
I like their lights that they put in.
Just gives you a gauge on how busy it is. It is manic here. But yeah, the lighting on the stage, we'll have to go over there a bit later on and have a look what's to offer there, but it looks like it's all themed up steampunky, and I believe they've got some new characters for this year. So the whole of Mutiny Bay is a one-way system through here, while literally they like keeping people to the left. There's barriers everywhere. It's not particularly working very well. There are people going against the flow, but it's not very clearly marked. Sharkbait Reef has had a bit of a repaint, but it is closed at the moment because of government guidelines. And it's coming up to lunchtime, so the Burger Kitchen, them sort of places are all getting quite long queues. But we're heading round to Katanga Canyon now, where we're going to go see how long the queue is for Congo River Rapids. So coming up to the point where they have the access path open between Wicker Man and Congo River Rapids, and it's open again this season, so you can walk down the back of Wicker Man, and that's how you get towards the access side for disabled entrance of Congo River Rapids. Hopefully this one's running, because all the cars so far have gone past empty, which is never a good sign. We're in the queue now for Congo River Rapids. It's advertising a 40-minute queue. Generally speaking, this one's quite fast moving, even though they just do you in your groups. Obviously the queue does move quite fast. We're probably looking at about a half hour. It's queuing from just up the top here, so we'll let you know how that goes.
There's what I might try while we're in this queue is the new iMagic.
I was just about to say, they've got the QR there, so this is a facial recognition feature that they're trialling in Fort Park and Alton Towers, where you basically download an app, I think?
No, you don't. It's all on. I tried it at home, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I know. Photos. You literally go to Alton.photos.
Okay.
Scan the QR code. Take a picture of your face, and then it will tell you all the pictures that have been taken. I've already gone on one ride. We'll see how it works.
But they're still being advertised by Pixel, which have gone bust.
Maybe they've been brought out by
Possibly.
Pom. I'll still say about that. Alright, here's my face. Searching. How well does it work? No photos!
Even though we've been on at least one ride.
Good, good.
It's because you're wearing a face mask on the ride.
It's a fair point. How does that work? Let me put a face mask on. Yeah.
So with a jump cut of joy, I'm round by Wicker Man now. Sadly, I had to divide myself from the group. With me having a bladder the size of a small child, I had to leave the queue. Caught me unawares, to be honest. Like literally, it was a 40-minute queue, and it really was a 40-minute queue. So I just couldn't hold it. I had to leave. That's the first time I've ever had to leave the queue to use the loo. and yeah, it means that I'm going to miss out on Congo River Rapids sadly, but I'll be able to get you some shots of the Wicker Man while I wait for them to come off of it. Here they come. Right, so I've regrouped with the group. I wouldn't have been able to hold that
Lucy
long.
got soaked on the
What did you think of your ride? You waited like nearly an hour for that. Like after I left, you were a good 25 minutes. Like.
Yeah.
Went really quick when you went there.
Oh, lovely.
No, generally it did.
Right, anyway, we're going to go round to around Gloomy Woodway. I know nothing's open over there, but we're going to head towards Forbidden Valley. The Funkenfly is only on a 15-minute queue at the moment, so I might have to give that a bash. We're coming down into Gloomy Woods now, towards Jewel, which is currently closed due to the government restrictions. But we're going to be passing through here. The extension queue, they're using part of it. They started using this the other season, as you can see, but they're still at the unoperated parts. So we'll have a look round Gloomy Woods, see what they've got around here. So here we are outside Jewel, sadly not open. Sadly, Lewis, I won't be able to absolutely hammer you on this. That's a shame. Next time. Right, we're heading round into Forbidden Valley now. Is it me or does it look thinner around here, tree-wise? Could that just be the time of year, or...? I swear there's normally more tree coverage. You normally can't see Subterra when you approach, but if we get around there, maybe they're going to reopen Subterra one day. But they've actually taken down the Scarefest stuff for Subterra this year, which is strange because they've left it up in previous years. You know, the tent they had at the front for the last couple of seasons, where this was Project 42. So this is Scare Maze Project 42. Obviously, the guts for this ride are still inside here, as far as I'm aware. They haven't actually ripped it out. Just want them to do something with it. It's like a standing building with nothing.
Make it into a show or something.
Well, I just think they should reopen it. It was actually quite a good ride. There is still some part of the Scare Maze back there, but there was quite a bit more around the front. So maybe one day they'll reopen this. Like, it's just a wasted space at the moment. I don't know whether we're going to be going on any of the coasters around here, but we'll definitely give the Funkenfly a go. You're up for giving the Funkenfly a go?
As long as we don't go upside down.
Yeah, I don't think it does. We'll have a look at it. The Funkenfly is actually on the old site of Ripsaw. It's one of the Retro Squad rides, so we'll have to give that a go. The B&M Beast Nemesis. Right, I don't know what the queue's like for this one. I'll tell you what, I'll be holding out in the queue for this one, no matter how much I need to pay. I love Nemesis. Another absolute world-class B&M ride. Tagged as the world's most intense ride experience. Maybe when it opened, but not so much now. The queue is still going around the extension queue around the back. So at the moment Nemesis has a 70-minute queue and is actually at the entrance, so sadly we can't get on that one straight away. I can just see Funkenfly through the trees, but yeah, I would like to get on Nemesis today. I just can't get over how busy it is today. So the Funkenfly is a Super Trooper ride. I don't know the manufacturer of these ones, but it does look the best out of all of them. We'll see this one in operation in a minute. The queue's going around here. It's advertising 20-minute queue at the moment. So
That's about right.
yeah, we'll give this one a go. It's quite high capacity. Obviously, when they put these in, they've decided to make them so that you can social distance on them and have them at full capacity rather than like half full. So yeah, let's have a look what this one looks like when it's running. So we're in the queue for the Funkenfly. We're all going to brave this one. It's probably the only Retro Squad ride we're going to go on.
Well, it depends if it's quite later.
Yeah.
They look cool in the dark.
I was just about to say, these funfair, because they're funfair rides, they're really going to light up well later on, so we have to come back and get some shots of them later on. The queue's advertising 20 minutes, which I don't know, can hold about 32 to 40 people, so probably about 15 minutes. Soon find out.
Yeah, it might be not.
Right, so as it stands at the moment, there is meant to be a minute's silence at 3 o'clock for Prince Philip's funeral. They've stopped the ride operating 15 minutes beforehand, so we're going to be waiting probably about 20 minutes now. It'll only take a couple of cycles to get on, but obviously I don't know why they've stopped operating so early, because all of the other coasters are still operating. I understand they've got to get ready for the minute's silence, fair enough to that, but they could have run the ride probably about 2 or 3 times in the time it's taken. They literally shut it at 22, but we're going to wait it out and go on it, aren't we? Looks like a pretty good one, this one. Right, so the minute's silence is over and the music is went a little bit over, but they're back to it now. And we should be on the next cycle, to be honest. So this holds 24 riders per car. I think it's definitely 2 per car, but I'll be able to get you some off-ride shots of this. It's quite nice to see they've actually got the full branding on here, even though there is a little bit of Super Trooper branding on these supports. Alton Towers have got the full package, even branding the centre with the Retro Squad logo. Yes, get me that sweet copyright strike. So we've just come off the Funk and Fly. Lewis, you didn't get on that one, sadly.
Oh.
It had the 1 point, and I'm not gonna lie, like, that was horrible, that was horrific. It looks cool, it looks amazing, but apart from that, it's horrible. Like, I'm not one for spinning rides, and I was like, do you know what? That doesn't look too bad. It looks amazing. It's so nauseating. Louise, what did you think? She hated it. I had nails dug into me, there was screaming and a little bit of crying. It was not fun. So we stopped off for lunch. Louise is happy because she got a sandwich. We've just nipped into that coffee lounge over towards the back of Nemesis and picked up a sandwich. They do cost a coffee in there. This with annual pass discount was $10.92. We got 2 sandwiches, a piece of cake which I'll show you in a minute. It's just kind of in there. It's like black velvet, looks like Oreo, and a slice. They are good sandwiches. You can also get coffee. Lewis and Lucy have gone off to find lunch elsewhere, so we'll meet up with them later. We've got a nice view of Nemesis as it goes around. We're going to enjoy some food. So with lunch out the way, we're now leaving. We're not going to go on any of the coasters here because Nemesis still has a 70-minute queue. It's probably not a 70 minutes.
Galactica just isn't my favourite, and we can't all go on Galactica.
We're going to go on a walk at the moment. To be honest, like, I'm not in a rush to get on rides because it's so busy. I'm just happy to be here in the
taking it all in, and it's such a beautiful day.
I've been here so many times. I don't feel the need to go on the rides over and over and over again. So when we come on busy days like this, I just like to take it easier. I would like to get on Wickerman today.
We will.
Even if that's the last day.
Yeah.
And I would like to get on Smiler potentially, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, we're going to take a little detour past the Skyride through the gardens towards Exeter and hopefully meet up with Lewis, or we're either going to meet up with Lewis or we're going to go for a little walk and maybe go on a ride. So we're overlooking the garden now. We're going to take a little trek through the gardens. We're going to head off down this way and go up to the Conservatories. It kind of avoids going down the dead centre of it. It's an absolutely beautiful day. The weather is nice. Like, honestly, it could be another couple of degrees warmer, but I'm not complaining because it is blue skies and it's just lovely in a theme park. They opened a garden shop up in the conservatories so they could open the gardens during the lockdown.
But literally, why would they have that open for like 2 weeks?
I
Surely-
don't know, but like I say, it was sponsored by a local company who supplied all the flowers for them.
It's like, sorry, we're going to only use you for 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Rest of the
Well,
time, no.
we're going to have a look. So we're kind of heading off down this way, and we always find it going this way. Very few people use these paths really. The gardens isn't.
Skyride,
Yeah, the gardens are very much overlooked. Part of the park, and they can be quite a nice walk after lunch. And you know, the park is as busy as it is today. It's just nice to come somewhere where you're not shoulder to shoulder with people. So we've arrived at the conservatories now, and it does look like the little garden centre they had in is gone now. Some really stunning views in the garden. Like, I think I'm getting old saying that.
Yeah.
This is now World of Gardens.
Coming to you soon.
So they actually do have the little shop.
I'm going in there.
Louise wants to go in there. Like, there's no Alton Towers branded stuff in here, but let's have a look at some flowers, because you're now tuned into World of Gardens. So it's just basically a little garden centre. Get all your various flowers from here if you want. It's all been supplied by a local business by the looks of it. So yeah, if you want to buy some flowers, head there. But it's a bit of a strange thing to be buying. Like, if you're coming into a theme park, you don't
want
really...
like Alton Towers merch.
Yeah, Alton Towers, like, make a plant pot with Alton Towers logo on it.
I'd get that.
Yeah,
I
same.
would actually get that.
There you go, Alton Towers, if you want
Or
to do
like
that.
one of those hose
Yeah.
with Alton Towers embolism thing on it.
An embolism?
Not an embolism. What's it called?
An emblem.
There you go. We all understand what I meant.
Okay, right. So yeah, if you want to buy a potted plant,
Potted plant,
or a
potted
hydrangea or some rhododendrons, go for it. I don't know how you'll be carrying them on the ride, it's just like putting it in the bag rack.
My plant pot.
Yeah, just like, yeah, can you hold on to that? You normally see people walking around with stuffed toys, but in some people's case, they'll be walking around with a rhododendron or a hanging basket. Right, so we have regrouped back with Lewis and Lucy, and we're heading towards the Wicker Man now. We've just come to terms with the fact we're going to be waiting absolutely ages for everything, so might as well get the coaster we want to do out of the way. Yeah, we got tomorrow as well. I won't be vlogging that. I'll actually be doing a cinematic on that, as I've already said. So the queue is actually in like an outdoor extension area at the moment. The time being at the moment 20, just coming up to 22. So we'll do a time check on this one and see how accurate the wait time is. Right, so we're just at the entrance now. The advertised wait time is 70 minutes. See how long we have to wait to get on the Wicker Man. As we've seen they've reinstalled these screens. They weren't in last season because I made a comment about them. They were just gaps. So they've reinstalled them, and it looks alright. But if you look at them from the right angle, you can kind of see the edge of the flame effect.
Yeah, the screen's further than that, so why didn't they just do the flame effect to the edge?
I don't really know. Saving them pixels.
One chevron apart.
So it's been 110 minutes, I think, since we... Well, by the time we've been on and got off, we've just got off the Wicker Man, over 100-minute queue, so they misjudged that by quite a bit. But it appeared to be running only 2 trains for a short while, didn't it?
Yeah.
But they did get back up to free train operation, and again, we didn't get the front row. We got some fast track people in front of us, and they got the front row. And I know people say, like, why would you want the front row on a Woody? The back's the best. It's the only seat we haven't sat on. We sat on every single row of Wicker Man, and not the front. Meanwhile, we go on 13, and every time, even today, we got a front row. So it's just like one of those things. Anyway, the crowds are dropping off a bit now. It's just gone 6 o'clock, so we've got a couple more hours until park close. So we're going to head back over towards Katanga Canyon, go on the Runaway Train and maybe Congo River Rapids, because I missed that earlier because of my childlike bladder. And then maybe this time we can get all soaked and come off like tidal wave. But yeah, definitely getting a lot more quiet now. The paths along here are a lot more manageable, and thankfully the monorail's running, so later on we will catch the monorail. Right, so Congo River Rapids, take 2. Your second ride of the day, my first. Let's see if I can actually make it through the queue this time. So I made it onto the Congo River Rapids, and I'm very happy because they actually have a cup holder on this. It's amazing. So we're on this, and who's going to get the wettest? We're all in seats, we're not allowed to move. We've got the KFC Mega Wave. Sadly, Lewis can't put his cup in the cup holder.
KFC Mega Wave?
Yeah, but we have pizza and pasta. Oh, no. So after this, we're going to aim to go on the Runaway Train, and then, oh my god! KFC! KFC!
Let's take it.
Take it like a man! Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
No, we're riding it.
I definitely think they could do some theming along here, you know, just some music, some bongo drums. There we go. Ah!
No.
Here comes the KFC Mega Wave, and I'm going to cop it. Yep. Wait. Oh, that's just disappointment. We came on the wrong side of it. So I turned the camera off, and we just hit a Mega Wave, and poor old Lucy.
Again, it's always
I thought it was boring from here because, you know, the waterfalls are gone and they've replaced them with this, which, boo.
not replace it.
Like, boo. So we just come off of the Congo River Rapids. Surprisingly, towards the end, the waves started coming when I turned the camera off. We're going to head over to the Runaway Train now. Lewis has a little wet patch on his bum. Last hour of operations, and it's died off completely. It's lovely. So, Runaway Train here, the 1992 John Wardley designed Runaway Train. This was one of the first coasters he designed for Alton Towers. I think it's a beauty. Like these Mac-powered Runaway Trains don't. Yeah. These Mac-powered Runaway Trains don't really come much better than this. It picks up some speed as it goes down into the tunnel. And one of my favourites of these, I think. So queue-wise for this one, probably got about 20-minute queue if that. This is quite a high cap ride, to be honest, even with the social distancing, the long car really does help. So probably about 3 or 4 cycles. So the sun's starting to go down now, and we've just come off the Runaway Train. That was a really good ride. Yeah, 3-lap special on that. Really good ride on that. It's running nice and fast. I think, you know, obviously they've got the manual control on that. But there was one person on the train before that was on their phone, and they nearly brought it to a stop at the operator's cabin to tell them off. It's coming up to park close now. It's about 7:45, so we're going to probably go on Nemesis. It's got a 5-minute queue, and then we're going to call it, because it'll be park closing time, where there's always one more ride, and that is the monorail. Well, that and the monorail. Right, so we're on the approach to Nemesis, the B&M Beast. It'll be the last ride of the day. We might get some shots of the Funkenfly with his lights on, because the sun. Yeah, but it looks good. It looks good. So we're going to head over to Nemesis and get a ride on that.
Like, if you're into really intense rides, wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
When it comes to fairground rides, though, that's really what they do. Fairground rides are just intense, but they look awesome. So yeah, this is how I want the crowds to be all the time, just no crowds. I love it like this.
Please.
Right, So as it's got a 5-minute queue, the extension is closed now and it's straight on down into the ride. So let's get on this one. Probably going to be the last ride of the day. Right, so we've just come off of Nemesis, last ride of the day. It is 8 o'clock on the nose now. Just wanted to point out the Funk and Fly there. I'm loving the lighting package on this. In a minute we're going to be coming back through. Going to be seeing if Lewis and Lucy can go through the Galactica exit to the car park. Failing that, we're going to see if we can get on Galactica. So this is about as dark as it's going to get while the park's open. It's just gone 8 o'clock. We missed out on Galactica sadly. But look at that lighting package. The top of the Funk and Fly looks absolutely amazing. This lighting package is brilliant. So with all the rides shut now and Lewis and Lucy have taken the Galactica exit via the hotel, we've decided to go back to the entrance because not only do we want to ride the monorail, but we want to go in the shop and have a nice browse through there.
And also I want to go through Haunted Hollow. Don't know why, I just feel like I want to.
Why not?
And shall we just quickly round up with the rides we've done, the ride count, so you can see how busy it's been.
I've not really been keeping count, have you?
2 rides on the Congo River Rapids.
Yep.
1 ride, Runaway Train.
Nemesis.
13,
Oblivion.
and that's it.
And that's it,
Wicker
I think.
Man.
Wicker Man, yeah.
So
we've done quite well, probably in the last 2
big
hours.
rides as well, not like you
Yeah.
can get on more rides. Like
Oh yeah,
Blade and
definitely.
stuff.
Oh, and Funk and Fly.
Oh yeah.
The last 2 hours we've got more. We got like 4 rides done.
Yeah,
So
we're happy
like I
now.
say, in the last 2 hours, that's the time to stay. Tomorrow, sadly, we're going to have to go by 6 o'clock because we got work the next morning, and it's a good 3.5 hour drive for us back home. So yeah, sadly we won't be staying. But yeah, we're going to head back now via the Haunted Hollow, and then we'll wrap the vlog up on the monorail or back in the car. Right, so we've just managed to scrape into the Skyride queue. Got some nice like social distance fencing here. Heading back towards Tower Street because we couldn't be bothered to walk. And yeah, like this way's open, but the other way isn't. So we came. Right, so we're aboard the Skyride. You know, a yellow Skyride car. I am absolutely knackered.
Did you say this is yellow? I'd say this is orange. That's no blow.
I think it's more yellow, to be honest. Actually, no, I take that back. There's a yellow one there. Yes, this is orange. It's just the low lighting playing tricks on my eyes. Colour blindness coming through. Right, so old Big Bob is standing proud with his one shoulder going, but the queue is still in the extension out here.
Yeah, that's going to be going for another hour or so. That is.
I wonder what the policy is for the staff, like how they get paid on, like, you know, overtime. They must get paid. They must get paid by the minute here, you know. Or
Yeah, if you're on Wickerman, it's not fair.
you know, you're going to be. They're going to be there an extra hour easily, so they must accommodate for it.
The stage.
Sadly, one thing we didn't get to look at today was the stage. We weren't meant to do it, but I don't think we're going to get time tonight, mainly because
We've got to get home.
I've got to get back to the Airbnb
Dinner
and go
at
from
like
there.
9 o'clock.
Probably at this rate.
Well, it'll be 9 o'clock.
Everybody in the queue. It just makes me that you're in a bit of a beefy queue line. So let's spice this up a bit. We're at Mexican one. Alright, we're going to start at the back, sir. I'm looking at you. I'm going to leave this, sir. I'm leaving you. Are we ready? They're ready and they're not even in the queue line. I said, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, Are you ready again? Yeah. All ready. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit it, DJ.
So they've got some David Walliams merch in already. So they've got all the books, various bottles, little kids' umbrellas. games and that sort of thing. No like particular ride merch, but just for the general area. The one that I was looking at last year was this Regatta Wicker Man jacket, but it's 80 quid. I do like it. It is very nice. So yeah, £80 for this, and it's got all the Wicker Man markings on the back. I do like it. Not paying £80 for it. So they've got new Wicker Man hoodies with face masks built into them. That's quite a good idea, really.
I like this.
Just
This
a
is
plain Wicker Man t-shirt. They've got some new Wicker Man teddy bears, and we did see a new pin earlier.
I was going to get you.
Sure, I like that. Coming over to the Smiler section now, where they have some bedding over here. Smiler bedding. Let's have a look at this. So new for 2021, duvet sets. I do like this. £30. Any enthusiasts looking for a read, they sell John Wardley's autobiography here. I got this, and it's actually a really good read. So if you're into John Wardley and roller coasters, get this book. Got some new vintage tops, including the corkscrew, the flume, and the black hole. I do like the corkscrew one. That's a really cool top. These are £25. Quite nice quality. Do like that. That's cool. We're at the queue now. Louise has picked up the bottle and the fridge magnet. I was just about to say, I was looking at the signage up here. They've still got the signage for Air up here. Alton Towers. A bit outdated. There we go. Even Charlie and the Chocolate Factory glass elevator. Right, so we've come out of the shop now, and just before we leave the park, we're going to go over to the frogs at the fountains. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lewis. He left, and he's left us with the keys for the Airbnb. But these frogs have had a renovation, and they've got these really cool lighting effects on it. So we're going to go have a look at these, get some pictures for the Instagram sort of thing. I'm loving it because for the longest time these have been quite neglected, really. You know, like almost vomiting out their mouths where they're not lined up properly. They've had a repaint, they look really good. Right, so that's all from Alton Towers Resort. We're going to be back here tomorrow, but I'm not going to be vlogging it. But I've had a good day, it's been really busy.
So busy.
We're going to jump on the
monorail. So good to be back.
We're going to be jumping on the monorail now, which I'll probably end totally on there. I thought for a minute it was closed because of these barriers, but it just turns out they've extended the queue out a little bit. Hopefully not much of a queue and we can get straight on it. So we're in the Jelly Bean train.
And it smells of shoes in here.
They've got the Perspex social distancing curtain up.
That's what it smells.
That's what it is, because obviously they can't have a permanent screen, because if they need to evac, they have to be able to let people through, because these open up and they can climb through them if necessary. Yeah, they're doors, so if they absolutely need to. Someone's pulled the emergency stop handle.
Yeah.
So we're off the monorail, our first time using the monorail in God knows how long, at least one season for sure.
Just walking very quick, didn't we?
Just walking past the Extraordinary Golf, which is closed. I would like to do that, but I don't know whether I have time tomorrow. We've got one of the floodlights literally lighting me up. I look like a ghost. I've had a really great day. Like it started off a bit slow, it was really busy.
There was a lot of ride closures.
Yeah, that was the issue. Like this morning we got in, the monorail was down, and Wicker Man was down, and the Smiler was at capacity. So that was a bit of a shame.
Nemesis and Galactica were down until 11:30.
Yeah, so the day did end well. Anyway, we're just heading back to the car, which we're actually not far. The car park is nearly deserted now. So I'm going to sign off the vlog.
You won't be able to see us in a minute.
Yeah, you won't be able to see us in a minute. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, by all means leave a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in next week's vlog, which hopefully should be, well, that or Fort Park. It depends how I'm uploading. See you later.
Bye.